What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Top 3 Thursday. This week, I might have some different picks than some of my friends on YouTube who are doing the challenge. If you want to see what the topic is for next week, check out the Horror Man, of course, at the end of his video. Watch his video, and at the end, he'll tell you the topic for next week's Top 3 videos. You may certainly join in and make a video, or just let us know in the comments and check out all the other creators who are participating. This has been a really fun challenge. So last week, a lot of people picked Tremors, including myself. This week, I think I'm going to have a few oddballs here, for sure. I thought long and hard about this. So my first one is top 3 gangster movies, by the way. The first one I'm going to pick is Long Arm of the Law. Okay, I just recently got this box set a while ago. This is from 1984, Hong Kong film. Really interesting plot about 5 former Red Army soldiers. So that's for mainland China, who sneak into Hong Kong to commit crimes. And of course, somebody ends up sort of befriending them and going undercover with them. And the finale takes place in the walled city, which no longer exists, which I've talked about in some of my Hong Kong action reviews and perhaps even on some of my martial arts Mondays. I mean, this is not like an action-heavy film. There's some pretty good action and some pretty good drama, and it's just, a classic gangster story. I mean, it's a fantastic film all around. So that's The Long Arm of the Law. Sadly, the next one I don't have, but good news, and I talked about this a while ago on my channel, it is coming out later, or eventually, unless you have an older edition of Hard Boiled, you might not have this in your collection, and this is going to be picked up by Shout, I believe. This was not available. I think it was the Dragon Princess label. There's dozens of films, including Hard Boiled, that were not available for the longest time to Western audiences. But despite the over-the-top stunts and action, at its heart, this is a classic gangster film starring Chow Yun-fat as a cop, Tony Leung. You've got a lot of martial arts or Shaw Brothers veterans in here like Philip Kwok and Lo Meng. You've got undercover operatives and betrayal, and there's some really good, gripping, dramatic scenes involving that. And then once those scenes are over, the mayhem starts, and you might forget about them, but at its heart, this is a fantastic gangster film. Can't wait to get a release of this when it comes out. Hard Boiled. And the next one I don't have either, and it hurts me a little bit because I had it even before I really got into physical media collecting. I liked it so much. I actually took it to South Korea with me when I was teaching there for one summer. I had a little portable DVD player, and I pretty much wore the heck out of it. And it stars this man here, Takeshi Kitano, okay, who's made a number of Yakuza dramas. I'm a big fan of his work. But the one I'm talking about is from the year 2000. It's called Brother, and it also stars Omar Epps. So this is a Yakuza guy who has sort of been abandoned by his organization when they merge with another organization. There's no room for some of the old hands. So somebody puts a price on his head, and he gets tipped off. He comes to America to find his half-brother because he really has nowhere else to go. His half-brother is a low-level drug dealer along with Omar Epps. And and by the way, he has a confrontation with Omar Epps on the street first, a very bloody confrontation, which is fantastic. And then later, he kind of comes into the lives of these 4 low-level guys and rescues them. And they realize that they've got a real violent Yakuza veteran on their hands. And he basically takes their organization to the top. They merge with another boss down in Japantown in, I believe, Los Angeles. And they basically create a multi-racial and ethnic organization, which becomes so prominent that the mafia takes notice, and you have a finale. But it's at the heart of it is the relationship between Yamamoto, played by Takeshi Kitano, and Omar Epps. It's a really, really good relationship. And despite the fact that these are not the nicest people in the world, you may actually cry a little bit at the end, and I'm not kidding. This is a phenomenal film. Also starring James Shigeta as Sugimoto, who's like an older gentleman who sort of becomes their accountant and advisor. And you know him from a little movie called Die Hard. He is Nakatomi, from, as in Nakatomi Plaza. Also starring Ryo Ishibashi and Tatiana Ali in a small role. Phenomenal movie. So there are my top three, guys. Brother from 2000. Make sure you got the one with Omar Epps. There's a lot of movies called Brother. And Long Arm of the Law and Hard Boiled. So let me know in the comments what your top three gangster films are. Check out all the other creators doing this challenge. Check out what some of their gangster films are. I think we're going to see a lot more mafia movies. Let me know what your favorites are in the comments, and I'll check you next Thursday for another Top 3 Thursday reviews. Thanks. Oh, side note, I just want to mention the soundtrack on this is phenomenal by Joe Hisaishi. Joe Hisaishi is to Takeshi Kitano what Morricone was to Sergio Leone. I know that was a mouthful. But David Diggs, I don't know if you're familiar with that composer, Joe Hisaishi, but this is a fantastic soundtrack, and it really adds to the film. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Later.